So Sheikh, I would say that everyone I feel should get vaccinated. I know there's a lot of some doubt out there about some of the vaccines and a lot of information that is interpreted different ways because of what everyone hears on the media or whatever they see out there. But in my medical professional opinion, I feel that I encourage everyone to get vaccinated. At the end of the day, it's not 100% effective towards preventing infection, but the studies have showed it's like at least about 85% effective towards preventing infection. But between 95% to 98% effective in preventing severe disease or hospitalization that would result in death. So because of that aspect of the importance of wanting to prevent anybody that contracts COVID from having severe disease that could result in a serious hospitalization or death, it's, in my opinion, encouraged to get the vaccine. And I feel that everybody should get the vaccine. Now, having said that, even if you do get the vaccine, since COVID's still going on, not everyone has gotten it. There's question about these variants that we've seen in different countries now, including the US and in Europe and in South America and even in Asia. We still have to wear masks when we're around others. We still have to practice social distancing. We still have to be cautious because you can still contract it, like I said. Yes, the chances of it being severe are almost zero or resulting in a serious hospitalization or death, but you can still transmit it to someone else. You can still get COVID even after the vaccine. Like I said,
that was a question I wanted to ask you. What is the possibility of getting the vaccine getting the COVID after the vaccine? And what are some of the do's and don'ts after being vaccinated?
Right. Okay. So to that answer, yes, you can get COVID after the vaccine. But the good news is that it's, like I said, maybe about 15% of the population that received the vaccine could get COVID based on the studies, but it would be the mild form, mild to moderate form, where you may get COVID, you may get sick for a few days, but most likely you'll recover from it and not get into the severe stage or the hospitalized stage or the ICU stage of where COVID afflicts, people that are with a more serious type of, fate or condition. So the do's and don'ts, like we talked about, Sheikh, is that even after having the vaccine, now if you're in a room, the CDC recently came out with a recommendation that if everyone's been vaccinated in that room, that you don't have to wear the mask or you don't have to really practice social distancing because everyone's been vaccinated. And yes, we talked about that it could still be transmitted, but it's a very mild form of transmission or asymptomatic transmission or even, of COVID. If everyone's vaccinated, but the chances of that happening, unless it's everyone in that gathering, or everyone has told you they're vaccinated, everybody else in any other gathering should still wear their mask if they're around anybody. They should still practice social distancing because, like I said, you can still get it. Obviously, like I said, mild to moderate, most likely. Very, very, very rare would it be a severe case. But we still have to be cautious until this kind of goes away completely. And that may be several months out still because of the variants, because not everyone is vaccinated yet, because the herd immunity for people who have gotten COVID and how long the antibodies last, we still don't have that information. People who got COVID are testing their antibodies 1 year later from the time they got COVID, and they see they still have the antibodies. But we don't know if that's going to be for years or it's only going to last 15 months. Some people, it's lasted like 6 months, the antibodies, and then they don't have the antibodies anymore. And most likely everyone will have to get a booster shot afterwards. But just like the flu and just like any other illness, this is how the virus works.
I'm just thinking what we're going to get into. Everyone will have to walk with an ID card with their photo and certify that I have a vaccine, I got a vaccine, I was vaccinated.
That's right.
And then maybe it may have a little clip off to show that I got the second boost.
That's right.
I've been, you know,
absolutely.
This is going to be interesting. And every gathering you go to, every wedding you go to now, you enter the hotel and there's a big party of 300-400 people, and there's someone at the reception desk as they sign your name off. You must also check your ID and say, okay. I mean, I'm just thinking.
That can happen. That can happen. And for travel, when you want to get on a plane down the line, you know, I know in Florida, you know, the politicians have some different views on the vaccination card. But I will say that for the cruises, the traveling on planes, for a lot of the things like you're mentioning, Sheikh, big gatherings that happen down the line in banquet halls or hotels or wherever there's a lot of people in a certain area, that may be the case, that they require everyone to have the vaccine. Once it's, like I said, now it's mostly available for everybody. It's still not 100% available for everybody. But once it is, which is coming in about 2 or 3 months down the line, by the summer, everyone will have the ability, in my opinion, to haven't gotten the vaccine. The question is, there's still people out there that don't want to get it. So, you know, that may end up being a requirement, like you said, for certain.
And I think it might be interesting,
situations.
you know, you go to this big banquet dinner and everybody show their card or their invitation or whatever, but you got to have this checked off.
Right.
Vaccinated, And those who didn't, by accident, they forgot their card or they did not get it. Well, right at that banquet hall, you have another little corner, semi-separated.
Right.
That they will be masked off. And
that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
That might help. What it will do, it will help as a precaution.
Yes.
Plus, it may encourage people to be more alert, to keep their card with them.
Right.
Or to get vaccinated. And a lot of these little things, because